Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are joining me at this moment. So, welcome to 206th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. The global market, as we speak, is a bit silent, but the good thing that most of this market are missed. And today, being the D-Day for the meeting, the policy meeting of Fed, all eyes are on this outcome of this meeting today. Yes, every forecast was seen across the globe is 25 basic point hike expected, and also most importantly, what will be the discussion or what will be a statement that will follow the 25% or 50% that will come. That is what every investor across the globe are looking at to see, because market has factored in this expected 25 or 50 basis point already into their trade in those matured markets, but they want to see the statement that will accomplish their adjustment. If that is also what will boost investors confidence or morale ahead. Yes, companies that have released results so far in this domain, their numbers are looking good, except for few that have posted disappointing or missed numbers. But the good thing is that the hope of rebound of this matured market are very, very strong, because if you look at their the chart pattern for those markets, they are already expecting that yes, a breakout of the downtrend is very, very near, and that will also usher in a new trend for the year 2023 for them. And the good thing is that the outcome of the focus or outlook of international monetary fund that show that the global economy, yes, there's a kind of upgrade in that in expected outlook of growth for the global economy, which also the same thing also was also applied to here back here in Nigeria, despite the recent Moody downgrade of our of our currency and also the debt crisis. Yes, but the outcome of or the focus, let me put that focus or outlook for our market here or economy is also expected to work to grow. But all eyes on that, it is the expected commodity market will drive that growth, and also expect that reforms that will also follow that come after the election. Like I will tell you that the economic reset, financial market reset, we're already seeing all this underway. The reset we're expecting, that tells you that how this is going to influence our market. Yes, still on the global market, if you look at the pattern now, I see that people are also looking at where to go, looking at these decisions, how people are also responding to it, and that's why you see most of the big players in the market are also reading the sentiment and the momentum of people, the sentiment and the momentum behind the charts or the behaviors in the market to know what to do. But I tell you, today's decision will go a long way also to support the market. Also, good news for the eurozone. GDP that also were released for the last quarter. We saw a growth there, despite all the anticipated kind of contraction, but it came out to be a growth. That means they defy all the projection and all those focus of the analysts and also market players. But another thinking that is very, very important at this point is that this morning we also seen the GDP figure, the inflation figure for the month of December also declining in that environment. That tells you that yes, these are the data that all eyes are now to guide what decision. But I believe that at the end of this Fed meeting today, we're going to shape the global market, which also were not left left apart, because well, this global has the way of influencing every market across the globe. But as we speak now, I see that there's a mistrend in the US market, which is good. Also in Europe, we are seeing that market is also you know a bit mixed again in that environment. But the good thing is that all eyes are on this the outcome of this meeting. That will also shape where the sentiment will be moving. But I believe that what is happening also in UK is also strike here and there also. It's not telling good for that domain too. But I believe that others country and that zone also looking at the data also managed from Germany looking also good. For me, I believe that these are the things that will shape the market in terms of what. Down here in our market, Asia market still remain mixed, like I tell you, but all eyes on what is going to happen, going to the future, as we are seeing that also activities of the conflict in Ukraine and Russia is also influencing activities. But down here, we see that in Africa, Africa is purely mixed, but our market here is in green. And this, I would say, kudos to the numbers that are released so far in our market that have supported our own market down here in Nigeria, which is good for us. tells you that the trend we've seen so far that has sustained an uptrend from since the month of November is continuing because what earnings anticipation and also the changing dynamics in the market also have supported this market so far. And for you as investor in this local market, don't be carried away. Or sorry, traders, investors, yes, you are there for dividend income and all those stuff. But for traders, don't be carried away with up market. Know exactly when to cash out your profit and also when to stay in the market. But the good thing is that the market is still very, very strong. If you look at all the indicators that so far we are using in this market. But we want to quickly look at how the market performed for the month just ended January 31st. You can see that in the month order review, we saw a positive close and also positive sentiment. You have about 98% buy position and just only 2% sell position for the month of January. But one thing that you should also consider that what this pattern that was in January has been consistently for these 4 straight years from 2000 for 2020, 21, 22, and 23. We have seen that the month of January has been positive. And what are the factors driving this? All this why you know to ask yourself the question. Yes, I said earlier in one of the class, the change in market dynamics are this also, and also the submitting the change in NGS, corporate action for what for companies. This 30 days after end of the quarter has supported the month of January also. And also what we call extension of what the data cross rally has also been there. And also positioning for what for any season, knowing that the first quarter of the every new year is the peak of the any season for market. These are the things that are shaping the market. You can see despite the rate hike, approximately 100 basis points for the last two MPC meeting, making it from May to date, so the last step is about 100 basis point hike in rate. Still, the capital market, the equity market are remain in up direction. Ideally, in a normal situation, when you see hike in interest, you expect to see a decline what in equity market activities because of FOMO. Because of the change dynamics in the market, that is why we are seeing that our market is sustaining this momentum, and it's good for us that are in the market. But also, don't be carried away with the up market. Always know why you're in the market, and also exactly when to take profit is very, very important because market will not remain in uptrend, also will not remain in a downtrend. Once you understand how to do that, that will also give you an insight of what to do. If you look at the market performance for the month under review, we saw about 76 gainers against just 18 losers for the month. That is that more stocks again, and more than 18 stocks gained above 20% for what for the month. You can see if you take position for the month of what the month of January alone, you can make and market on its own have returned just 3.88, while individual stock have returned almost 100%. The life of international energy, since it was lifted up to because of business yesterday, that's now about 97%, 97.37% up, followed by John Holt, and also you can see the life of Giregu Power that was listed just late last year. You can see how it also has performed in terms of movement this first week of the first month of the year. That these are the factors that also drove activities, and it gives us an insight to what we should expect. And the good thing is that if you look at all the sectoral performance and other market and NGS indices, we saw impressive performance. Yes, you can say NGS growth led, but NGS growth, I will tell you, those stocks in that way does not impact much on the market because these are local stocks, and also they are, for me, they are not as active as those that are in the main board. But in part of that, I will tell you, but the main sector that really supported the market is activities in the banking sector. We saw also followed by those in consumer goods. We saw insurance company. You can see that insurance company. Look at the top 10. Most of them are insurance companies. Yes, we know that they are not much, but you can see the part of insurance company. Also, the movement in the Boas movement also supported the market. But you ask yourself, are the current price of these high cap stocks? What is the dividend yield you are going to get from them? But I see that yesterday we saw that one of the telecom giant MTN released their audited account, and this was in compliance of the company historical pattern of release. So that's why I said you as an investor you should understand which stage and which time companies release. Why those that are in the jumper pack or the premium pack class, they understand that all these data are revealed to them and shown to them when we expect this company to release that. I told you that on the 31st to 1st of January or February, that is when what MTN result. Last night we saw their result there with 10 naira final dividend. You can see what they pay about 5 naira 80 kobo for entry dividend. You can see what cumulative they have paid. I'll tell you, this company, the bottom line is looking very strong, and that tells you that the company is heading somewhere. These are the things that you should look at. That's why I say, let's look at what the performance of the motor is to guide us. And the good thing is that if you look at They also the losers. So I think they are just 18 losers, and I tell you the highest stock that is led on is about 18 point 33.02, which is Royal Exchange Assurance, followed by Honeywell. I'll tell you that Honeywell is not because of what of the news of one no unimpressive third quarter that came, and also the judgment that also favor ETI. These are the things that also is impacting that stock. But I believe that market had that potential, but don't be carried away off market because the election is coming closer, and I expect to see cautious trading either a week or 2 weeks to that. Yes, we expect to see more numbers coming from these companies hitting the market to give us side, but the one that comes so far, which are on the account, have showed us where they are going and what expect to come from them. We have seen impressive earnings that are likely also to support the what we call dividend growth in terms of high payout from this company. But the good thing is that as you are seeing those on the account, you have to look at what is the payout ratio of this company from their earnings. That will give you also an insight to what we should do when we are taking a what investment decision at this point. But I believe that the numbers we are seeing are strong enough to support our market. That means for you as an investor, all you just to need to just stay on this company that I've just mentioned that have just reached results and know what to do with them. This will also go a long way to also to guide you as an investor when you are taking decision at this point. The life of fidelity is among the top gainers. You can see also, I mentioned Geregu. You can also see, living trust, mortgage. Now these are about the main stocks that are there. I can see at the top gainers are NACO is still gaining. You see among the top gainers. You need to also look at it. They are very, very important so that it will guide you when you are investing. You're going to see if they are the top gainers, what is the momentum behind their trend price movement. Is it going to still go up? Once you're able to know that yes, the momentum behind these stocks are very strong. Now this is part of what I'm going to discuss on Saturday by God grace. How to look at this momentum and look at their numbers and where they're likely to get to. What is their peak? Where is it that you can get and you take profit? This is what we're going to discuss in that class by next week. But I'll tell you that this company that also led the loser chart for the month, I said it earlier, Royal Exchange, Capital Bureau, Capital Bureau is purely profit taking. Also, money as I mentioned, as a result of what of the unimpressive third quarter, and which I know market can also put that stock down today. But we also can see that NEM also profit taking, can see livestock that also lost, but this one is gaining marginally. PZ and also national stock or National or NASCO Alliance, the new name now, National Industry Alliance. These are the companies that led the top losers. So I believe that for here, we can quickly look at the monthly chart for this for the month of January to give us an insight to what we expect going forward as we speak. This is the monthly chart for what for the market now, because I'm not reviewing the market for months. That's why I want to show you the chart. You can look at the chart now. You can see where it is now. The chart has formed a pure V shape, which support was a bullish trend. A V shape, people call it a bullish chart, bullish chart in technical analysis or bullish chart pattern. Which also you can see that this morning market is in green. You can see it here because this is the month of November, December, and January. You can see the month of February little here starting in green. I can see that the market is almost breaking out from what the last peak, the last peak about 54. Once break it out, that edge, but you can see the pattern here. The market has maintained on a recovery move, even when it breaks down. Let me quickly put the key line here, but I'm not discussing it. But let me quickly put that to get to guide us where is the market now. Looking at the T line alone, I want to follow up T line is very, very important for we that in this class to always know how to read this T line to what to take a decision at every moment whenever you are looking at the market, because here all the multiple time frame is also applicable. You can see the blue line here, that's the T line. I see that market are remain above the T line here. You can see all the way from here, that should be 2020. You can see there all the way. You can see the market has maintained an uptrend for straight 3 years. Now you can see here, the market is above the T line. You can see, and it's 5 for T line on the monthly chart. For the good that market, once market break out this level here and uptrend, and I tell you on the strength of the earnings we are seeing, possibility of this market continuing uptrend is very, very high. That's why I say I should also share with you before I look at what the few earnings. Then we'll now go backward to the chart. I want to look at the few earnings that hit the market. Recently, I want to quickly, I just mentioned MTN. I want to look at the data that came from MTN. The data that came from MTN now. I want to quickly look at it so that we now look at it and others before we go to the chart, because I want to discuss something on the chart too this morning. I believe that we have seen these numbers. We'll be doing more justice on the numbers by Saturday. For those that have seen the numbers are promising as was discussed earlier, in the class yesterday. The more numbers are coming, the more we're seeing. If you look at the MTN result, I will tell you this is the company that, yes, last year we know that they crossed the 1 trillion, but this year consider they moved from 1.65 trillion to 2.01 trillion, and I think this is the highest so far in the market I've seen in terms of earnings, gross earnings. 2 trillion, the first company to put that on. To see others, but as we speak now, this is the first company to post 2 trillion on the market, which is a good one, and it shows that the company has what a good cash, operating cash flow that will support what the top line, and that will be the earnings at the end of the day. That will be good. The top line is up by 21.64%. Also, the PAT also is up by 20.16% or 20.2%, moving from 298.65 billion to 358.88 billion. You can see, and this tells you that this company number, I can stay here so that this is a good number that will support the price. Why I see the upside potential of this stock, also being attractive for investors. And this will also give us an earning per share of 17 17 naira per share. For me, it's a good one for this company. That shows that where the company is heading to, and for 17 naira 63 kobo. Good one. If you look at the company price to earning ratio, is also below 15, 12.76. For me, it's a good one for investors. Look at it. That means your waiting period there is very, 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 very small. And return on equity is very high. Return on equity of this stock as we speak, return on equity loan is above 100%. That is huge. And return on asset is also about 13.21% for this company. For me, this is a good stock to also to keep your eyes on, and tell you that this stock company has good upside potential. If you are already in this stock, you don't need to panic at all, because they're telling us where they are going, and the numbers are already reviewed in it as expected. Quick one, I want to look at the number also that came from Presco. Presco, they forecasted earlier that full year will be 27 billion, and I'll tell you they are not out of it. If you look at the top line of this company, they moved from 47.43 billion to 83.1 billion. This is huge, and this is about 75%, 75.14% up for Presco. And also, if you look at the profit before tax, that's why I said this company. I see that what they forecast, they won't surpass it, but look at where there's a little different. The forecast for their full year was the forecast for the full year profit after was 7 billion, but as at after their profit before tax, they have already hit that 27 billion, 27.63 billion. Then after paying tax of about 6 billion, consider that now drop their earning per share, their PAT to what, to 21 billion point 4, 21 billion point 7, 21.47 billion against 19.32 billion. You can see that this number is good. Yes, you might say it's not much, 11.1% up, but I tell you this is a good one. Above 10%, it's a good one. And at the end of the day, consider the company earning per share for the period also stood at what, 21 naira 47 kobo, and the price to earning ratio of 7.03 times. That means you can see that this stock is grossly worth underpriced, undervalued. It can tell you, if you look take the 21.47, that means the fair value of this stock should be around 200 and 211. I can see the price is selling. That means this stock is grossly undervalued. That tells you where the stock is going. And return on equity as we speak is at 50.33%, and why the return on asset is 14.8. For me, it's a good number for the stock. That means you need to also watch all the stock that you are seeing their number. That's why I said the market and the number we are seeing are something that should interest every one of us. But I want to quickly look at the one that came from Girengu. Yeah, this morning Girengu is one of the stocks that's supporting the market this morning after crossing the 200 price, which is good. As this stock was listed around December, or yes, late December, or yes, now I mean November. You can see that in less than how many months, 2 months, this stock has been almost more than 100%. But as to speak, the number that came from this company, we have to also be very careful Yes, because I know it is not the number that's supporting it. That's why I said yesterday that is called momentum investing, not the number. Even technicals are saying yes, there is a positive sentiment, and these are what we call market sentiment. I will know the market sentiment is not only from the market, but from what from the holding structure of this company. Also, have to be very careful also. But for those that have joined this rally, I say kudos and also good one. And don't forget that if you are following me or on any platform, I said be where the billionaires are, but you have to open your eyes and play carefully. You can see where the billionaires are, how they move their stock because of what the value they want to know for them to watch, and at the same time, how the world will view them in terms of what their investment on their wealth level. These are the things that they pay. But if we look at the gross earnings of this company, you can see that there was a kind of from 70 billion in 2021 to 47.62 billion. You can see a decline of about 32.8% down. And also in the same direction, we saw also PAT move in that capacity, in that direction, or translate to that from 20.55 billion to 10.77 billion. You can see the earnings here. But at the end of the day, the company earning per share for the year is around 4 naira, 1 kobo, 4 naira, 1 kobo, 4 naira 7 kobo, or 1 naira 10 kobo if you look at approximately that. But I believe that investors should also shine their eyes. If you look at the what we call the price to earning ratio is high, 47.5 times. This tells you what we're seeing. But return on equity is saying 20.47% up, and while return on asset is just 5.8%. Want to look at this very well as investors. This one, let's look at these few numbers, and also yes, investors know that it is not only earnings that drive price, earnings plus market reaction, that is the market sentiment, demand and supply. But we can see that in this stock, despite the number is not too attractive, even this morning, you can see that the stock is also gaining almost 8 to 9% on the strength of what the funds that's coming, and that's why I call it momentum investing, not really on what on earnings or any other thing. Yes, we'll stop at this time at this earnings and move toward to the live market to see exactly what is happening in the market. Then now go back to what to our daily chart, because this is a day market. We have seen the market. Let's go back to our daily chart to see what is happening in the market on the daily chart. Good one. You can see here on the daily chart that the market is still what maintain an uptrend above the T line, and this is what I need to always tell you that is the first thing to look at where the market is going. Look at the sector and also individual. Once we able that market maintain a positive trend, it's the price of stocks that are pushing that. That's why you need to also understand how to work to use all this when you are investing. According to our money flow, also want to call our stochastic. Yes, this is what I want to see. Yeah, you can see from here, from this level now, you can see that the market is maintaining an uptrend here. Where you see now, you can see it here after the market breakout. Market also forming a double top here. Don't mind me. Here, double top here. You can see it here. Once it cross out again tomorrow, that's another trend. You can see where the market is, where this blue line is now. You can see it from here. If you are there, you can see it here. This is what the market is doing now. But good, the market is maintaining what called a bullish channel up, as I always say. Draw here. Let me make that so that you can see that these are the good things you need to know when you are looking at the market. The market is maintaining an uptrend. Very, very important that you have it at the back of your mind. That where you play, market is still maintaining an uptrend, and it's good news for investors in the market, or traders, that the market is maintaining an uptrend. See it here. Stated that where the market is going, you can see that it's at sustain, and you can see that money flow is above this 50 point. Here 61. I know that yesterday it was around almost 62, 61, but I speak now 61. But the good thing is that look at your stochastic RSI. You can see before all this one, you can see that when market was going, it was flat here. Before it put down here, say that all this one, you'll be panicking, but you can see that now that market has broken out the strong resistance level of 53. Since then, you can see that market has also opened a good momentum behind the trend. You can see now that the momentum is looking up sharply This tells that market is holding here. This is a daily chart you can see here. For me, it's a good one for the market. Let's look at 1 hour for the market. 1 hour for the market. Yes, you can see that it's also positive. Look at the 1 hour chart. Yes, quick one. Want to look at the market. I didn't say it for daily. Sorry, it's because of what I'm discussing. For a daily chart now, market is still very positive, which is a good one for us in the market and our players. I can see that the market has already also crossed the 53 300 something basic point or around there. Market is really now, as we speak now, 53,450.46, up by 211.79. That means market is up by 0.38. That is almost 0.438 up now. Good one for having a positive market trend. We're seeing that the the market is still on a positive breadth. 11 gainers against 7 losers as we speak. Good one at this hour. Look at the top losers. I quickly go through them. Guinness, I'm not surprised. Guinness, Adobe, I can see that market is already reacting to the missed numbers we saw earlier from the one of them. You can see the Guinness, Adobe, you can also see Arrow Briscoe, Academic Press, and also veteran, veteran, capital. These are the ones that are on the top losers on that loser chart. That's the 7 losers we mentioned earlier. But if you look at the gainers now, we're seeing that industrial medical gas is leading, which is former VOC gas, 10% up. Consistent plat also 10% up. International energy, you can see Gregu, and also Sovereign Trust Insurance. These are the top gainers as we speak. But in volume, we're seeing that Universal Insurance is still leading. We saw yesterday that volume. Today also we're seeing about 54 million shares traded so far, followed by Gregu also about 8.4 million shares traded. UBA also at 8 naira 15 kobo, 7.7 million shares traded, and the Transcorp at 1 naira 23 kobo, 6.6 million shares traded, and Zenith Bank also trading at 25 naira 15 kobo, 4.18 million shares traded so far. These are the market, but quick one, I'll show you the market on a 1 hour chart is still very strong. T line above the T line. You can see where money flow is. Money flow is almost 80. I can see where our momentum is telling us, our stochastic oscillator is telling us where the market is now. For me, the market is still very much intact. Quick one, let's quick look at the top gainers. Let's look at how far will this Geregu go. It's one of the charts we want to look at this morning now. I showed yesterday, but now since the momentum is still very high now, quickly look at how far Geregu will go this morning. Let's look at that stock. We'll quickly look at other two stocks because of our time. You can see that Geregu has maintained. For me, when you see this sharp, more than 5 sharp, candlestick, says that this momentum, and you can actually see it also on the money flow chart. You can see where it's looking up. But as we speak now, it's still below. Form is ending up, but below 50, around 39. Also, you can see the momentum is still strong on a day chart for the stock. For profit taking, also it's not it's also advisable. Like I said, I showed you last time. Let's look at also the 15 minutes for this stock at this time. You can see also the 15 minutes. Now, okay, still at 15 minutes, you can see it's still above the T line, and you can see show that also can start taking profit as we speak now. I see where money flow is. Money flow is almost below, around there below 30. You can see it here. I believe you start taking profit in this stock. For those that that there, not that going to sell, nobody's picking it again. Then this is the time for you to also jump out quickly as a smart trader or investor in this stock. The quick one, look at IEI. Let's look at this international energy. How far will it go? How far will international energy go? Look at it here. Let's see the symbol. Okay. Not coming out, but I believe that at that point you will not stop me from coming for taking profit. Step flat, just wake up. Let's look at step flat. This step on the daily chart. You can see where the stock is now. Yes, step is almost around 1,000, around 1,002 to speak now. Money flow is flat. I see that still remains strong. That's why when I said it was part of the effective stock that you have it, you can hold for buying at this point. I don't know because dividend, is going to pay. It's also, because they paid dividend 3 times before now. Only expected to see the last dividend for this quarter. The last quarter ended December. Yeah, for defensive and the expected growth because of oil price and the forecast for that sector. Fine, put it in your portfolio as well as defensive stock. Yes, good one. But let's look at the 1 hour chart for this step and see what I've done in the last 1 hour. The last 1 hour, you can see that still in green, maintaining that position. I can see a good move here. Money flow is also leading high. That is good for the stock, and I would say hold your position if you are there. Quickly look at the GTB to see where that stock is going. GT code, and finally we look at sorry, GT code. The GT code will be the last we're looking for stuff for time. On the 1 hour chart, you can start the stock is trading on top of the T line, profit taking activities that you can see it here. I can see also what is happening if you look at this, what is happening. You can see that here is that trending, not making up trend. And money flow, the good thing that money flow is still looking up to that 75. That is good for 1 hour chart. But let's go to a day chart. That will give us on a day chart, the stock is still profit taking already that started entering. You can see that that now come back to around the 24.95, 94 after doing a 25.05 this morning. Profit taking. But the good thing is that on a daily chart, there is still strong momentum on the stock. You can see it here building up and also where it is above the T line. Even when it starts trending, it's still above the T line. I see there is still strength for GT code. Finally, the last one we're looking at what UBA. UBA because of our time. This one because what it dragged me out. But let's quickly look at UBA United Bank of Africa. Let's look at UBA. UBA daily chart can see that flat spread on the T line, straight on the T line, and the money flow is looking down to 54. Good. We can see where the momentum is, but not also can see that it's remain above the T line. Touch it small, but we can touch it small. Good one for UBA. On this note, I say thank you and see you tomorrow. But for those that are yet to subscribe to the Biotech Signal Super answer, do so because I believe that next class we are on Saturday also going to be powerful, and also look at stocks that we should also hold and the one that we also discuss at this point also will be discussed in that class. Say enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you tomorrow. Bye.